Thanks so much for being here. 60-minute Vinyasa class. Listen to your bodies. As always, take breaks, take modifications, take extra challenges, do something completely different. It is your practice. Everything I say is a suggestion. I'm going to get started in a comfortable seat. Bring your right leg in front of your left. Start to stack your shoulders over your hips. Finding a flat spine, lift the crown of your head. You can place your hands on your knees if that's comfortable. And close your eyes or find a soft gaze at the floor in front of you. Just take a moment here in stillness, finding a connection with your mat. Connection with the room you're in. Connection with your breath. It might help to exhale all of the air from your lungs first. Big inhale through the nose, grow nice and tall. Full exhale, let something go. Big inhale through the nose, fill up lungs, chest, and belly. Full exhale, soften. One more breath, just like that. Inhale the arms out and up, palms touch, lift your chin. Exhale the hands to the heart. Bring your right hand down and plant it on the mat on your right side. I'm not going to mirror you today. And lift your left arm up and over. Bend into your right elbow, press into your left sit bone. Breathe into your left side body and maybe lift your gaze to your left fingertips. On your next inhale, bend your left elbow, lift your chest toward the sky. And then as you exhale, straighten the left arm once more. Let the gaze follow the fingertips maybe. 2 more times. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten and lengthen. 1 more time. On your inhale, carefully bring yourself back upright. On your exhale, twist to the right. Right hand behind you, left hand outside right knee. Crown of head high as you grow tall. Pull the lower belly back and up as you deepen your twist and maybe bring your gaze past your right shoulder. Keep the focus on the breath. Carefully bring yourself back to center. Bring the right arm underneath the left. Cross at the elbows. Find eagle arms. Palms come to touch. Use an inhale to lift the elbows, lift the chest. Use an exhale to tuck and round. 2 more times. Inhale, baby back bend. Exhale, pull in the lower belly. Big inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, crown of head high, arms out to a T. Fingers spread wide. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, seated forward fold, hinge at the hips. Crawl the arms long out in front of you. Actively press into both sit bones. Let the gaze come to the fingertips or the navel. It's your choice. Bring the gaze to the hands if it isn't already there. Fingers spread wide. Press into the fingertips. Inhale, tabletop. Stack the shoulders over the wrists. Place the knees below the hips and the feet behind the knees. Find 3 rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, lift tailbone, lift chest. Exhale, tuck tailbone, round spine. Twice more, let the belly button guide you with each movement. Maybe you close your eyes here for a moment. Bring yourself back to center, find stillness, tabletop, neutral spine. Press into the left hand, inhale the right arm high, the gaze high. Exhale, thread the needle, bring the right arm underneath the left, rest onto the right ear and the right shoulder. You're here for 3 breaths. You can extend the left arm long if you'd like for a side body stretch. You can wrap it around behind you for a bind, coming into a twist. Let the left hand come back down below the shoulder if it isn't already there. Press into the hand and inhale the right arm high. Exhale to come back to tabletop. Adjust whatever you need to adjust. Then extend your left leg long back behind you, tuck the toes, press into the ball now to the left foot, and then just shift forward and back for a couple of breaths. All 10 fingers are spread nice and wide here. Puffing up the upper back a little bit, pulling in the lower belly. And then find stillness, shoulders over wrists. Lift the left leg and bring the left hip in line with the right. Keep the left toes flexed. Bring the right arm long out in front of you by the right ear. Find lots of length from the right fingertips to the left heel. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, bring the right elbow in and the left knee in, and maybe they tap. Pull the lower belly in. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, find length. Maybe you lift your chest and your gaze. Exhale, tuck and round. Once more. This time, inhale to find length. Last time. And now start to bend the left knee. Bring the right arm long back behind you. And maybe the right hand grips the left ankle. Kick the left leg into the right hand. And maybe bring the gaze forward. Actively press into the left hand and the right knee. Gracefully release that grip if you have it. Extend the arm, extend the leg. And then plant the hand back down and the knee back down. Bring the legs together, have a seat on the feet. And we'll do that same thing on the other side. So find a comfortable seat, this time with your left leg in front. Shoulders stacked over hips, crown of head high. Back nice and flat. You might close the eyes. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale the hands to the heart, tuck the chin. Left hand plants, right arm reaches up and over. Bend into the left elbow, actively press into the right sit bone. Breathe into the right side body. On your next inhale, start to bend the right elbow, lift the chest toward the sky. And then as you exhale, straighten the arm, find lots of length, gaze to the right fingertips. 2 more times, inhale. Exhale. And 1 more time. Your inhale carefully brings you all the way back up, no rush. Your exhale brings you into a twist to the left. Finding length and deepening twist. Filling up and letting go. Find yourself back at center. Bring your left arm underneath your right. Eagle the arms. Baby back bend, inhale. Exhale, bring it in, pull in the lower belly. 2 more times. arms out into a T. Exhale, give yourself a hug, opposite arm on top, if you can remember. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, seated forward fold, hinge at the hips. Crawl the arms out in front of you. Press into the sit bones, breathe into the lower back, breathe into the left hip. Gaze wherever feels best on your neck, on your shoulders. When you're ready, take your time. Inhale, tabletop. Shoulders over wrists, knees below hips, feet behind knees. 3 rounds of cat and cow. Neutral spine, press into the right hand, inhale the left arm high, the gaze high. Exhale, thread the needle. 3 breaths here, let the right arm come wherever feels best for you on this side at this time. Right hand below right shoulder, actively press into that hand. Inhale the left arm high. Exhale, tabletop. Extend the right leg long back behind you, tuck the toes, press into the ball mound of the foot. Shift forward and back. Find stillness with shoulders over wrists. Start to lift the right leg, keeping the toes flexed, reaching the heel back. Start to lift the left arm. Extend the fingertips nice and long out in front of you. Big inhale, find length. Exhale, elbow toward knee. Inhale, find length. Exhale, elbow toward knee. One more time, maybe you lift the gaze. Tuck the chin, round the spine. Inhale, find length. Bend the right knee, bring the left arm long back behind you. Maybe take a grip, maybe kick the leg. Press into the right hand, press into the left knee. Find a full, steady breath. Gracefully release the grip, extend the leg, extend the arm. Plant the hand, plant the knee. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, find downward facing dog, reaching the hips up and back. Adjusting your stance. Letting your hands come relatively shoulder width distance and spreading your fingers nice and wide. Pressing into your thumbs and pointer fingers to soften your shoulders away from your ears. Send your chest toward your thighs, lift your hips toward the sky, pull in your lower belly. Dig your heels into the mat behind you. Shake your head, yes and no. Pedal out your dog. Remember, everything I say is a suggestion. Listen to your body first. As you inhale, bend your knees, look toward your hands. As you exhale, step your feet to meet your hands at the top of your mat for a forward fold. Take a ragdoll, separate your feet, bend your knees, drape your torso, relax everything. Hang nice and heavy. We're just here for 3 more breaths. Maybe you find a bind, maybe you come into some movement. It's your choice, it's your body. Find stillness, remove any bind, toe heel the feet directly below the hips. As you inhale, press into the feet and roll up to standing. It might feel nice to lift the shoulders up and roll them back, letting the palms face forward, spreading the fingers wide. It might feel nice to pick one foot up and lower it back down, pick the other foot up and lower it back down. Just notice how it feels to be standing. Use an inhale, bring the arms out and up, palms touch, chin lifts. Use an exhale to bring the hands to the heart, tuck the chin, close the eyes if that's comfortable. Suggestion to set an intention for your practice or the rest of your day or the rest of the year. We'll take a big collective inhale together and an open mouth exhale. Flutter the eyes open, inhale the arms out and up. Interlace the fingers and then remove the pointer finger and the thumb, finding a steeple grip. Press into all four corners of both feet. Inhale, find a little more length. Exhale, start to bump to the right, actively pressing into the left pinky toe, breathing into the left side body. On your inhale, carefully bring yourself back to center. If you'd like, you can remove the grip, bring the opposite finger on top, probably whichever one feels funky. Inhale to prepare, grow tall. Exhale to bump to the left, press into the right pinky toe. Breathe into the right side body. Inhale to come back to center, no rush. Remove the grip. Exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bend, hips forward, chest high, gaze high. Inhale slowly back to center. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold, flat spine, heart leads, no rush. Inhale, halfway lift, crown of head forward, tailbone back, gaze is slightly down. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, plant the palms, and then step your left leg back behind you and find low lunge. Adjust your right foot so that your right knee is not going past the right ankle. Give your left leg a lot of length back behind you and then lower onto your left knee. Inhale, come on up, Anjaneyasana, press into the right foot, press into the left knee. Raise the arms. And then exhale to stay here, soften shoulders, sink a little deeper into your hips. Inhale to stay here, reach the fingertips higher. Exhale to stay here, reach the right hip back. Just one more big inhale, fill up. As you exhale, bring your right arm back, your right hip back. Bring your left arm forward, your left hip forward. Gaze at either thumb. Stay here with your breath. Where can you soften? Let your right hand come to the back of your left thigh. Send your left arm up and over. Breathe into the left side body. Reach the left fingertips far back behind you. On your next exhale, carefully cartwheel the arms forward. Plant the palms to frame the right foot, low lunge. Tuck left toes, press into ball mound, straighten left leg. Take a quarter turn to the left, find Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Your feet are pointing forward. Your hips are stacked over your heels, and the weight is in the ball mounds of the feet as opposed to the heels. On your next inhale, press into your hands, come up halfway, lift your heels, send the crown of the head forward. And then as you exhale, fold. Take a quarter turn to the left, find low lunge at the back of your mat. Plant your right hand below your right shoulder and inhale your left arm high for a simple twist. Lift your gaze, lift your belly from your left thigh. Start to reach your right heel back and your left hip back. Reach your right pec toward the sky. On your exhale, plant your left hand back down. low lunge. And then as you inhale, reach your left leg back, three-legged plank. Start to lower down halfway, bend the elbows inward, feel and brush the rib cage. Come to the tops of all 10 toes. Inhale, press into the hands, upward facing dog. Roll over the toes, exhale, downward facing dog, lift the hips. Pull in the lower belly. Shake the head, pedal out the dog. Find your breath again. Inhale your right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Squeeze your thighs together, hinge at your hips, high lunge. Stay here as you soften your shoulders, square your hips. Focus on your breath. On your next exhale, bring your right arm back, your left arm forward. Your right hip back, your left hip forward. Suggestion to gaze at the right thumb, give yourself a little extra challenge. Let your right hand come to the back of your left thigh. Send your left arm up and over back behind you. Breathe into your left side body. Reach your left fingertips far back behind you. On your next exhale, carefully cartwheel the arms forward, plant the palms, bring the right foot, low lunge. Take a quarter turn to the left, prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Widen the stance if you'd like. Inhale to come up halfway, flat spine. Exhale to fold forward. Take a quarter turn to your left, low lunge at the front of your mat. Right hand below right shoulder. Inhale the left arm high, the gaze high, simple twist. Listen, exhale, horizon lunge. Come onto the pinky side of your right foot. Bring your left arm back behind you and gaze at your left thumb. Sink into your hips here. On your next inhale, come back to that simple twist. Ball mound of right foot, left arm high, gaze high. Exhale, plant the left hand, low lunge. Inhale, left leg back, three-legged plank. Exhale, lower down halfway or all the way. Inhale, baby back bend of your choice, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 full breaths in your down dog. Maybe you stick your tongue out, lion's breath. Inhale, bend the knees, gaze at the hands. Exhale, step or hop. Inhale, reverse swan dive, press into feet, raise arms. Exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bend. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Step your right leg back. Adjust anything you need to adjust. Lower onto your right knee. Inhale your arms high. Stay here as you soften, as you breathe. Start to bring your left arm back behind you, your right arm out in front of you. And maybe the gaze comes to the left thumb. Let the left hand come to the back of the right thigh and send the right arm up and over. Cartwheel the arms forward, plant the palms, frame the left foot. Straighten the right leg, take a quarter turn to the right, prasarita. Wide-legged forward fold. Inhale to find a halfway lift, heels might lift. Exhale to fold. Take a quarter turn to the right, low lunge. Lift the right arm high, simple twist. Lift the belly from the thigh. Reach the left heel back and the right hip back. Lift the left pec toward the sky. Let the right hand back down, low lunge. Reach the right leg back, three-legged plank. Make your way to downward facing dog. Move with your breath at your pace. Always finding those extra challenges or those modifications as you see fit. Lift your left leg high, three-legged dog. Step your left foot through, low lunge. Use an inhale to come up, high lunge. Stay here with your breath. Check in. Where can you soften? Where can you let go? Bring your left arm back, your right arm forward. Bring your left hip back, your right hip forward. Let your left hand come to the back of your right thigh and your right arm come up and back behind you. Sink into that lunge. Breathe into that right side body. Cartwheel your arms forward. Plant your palms. Frame your left foot, low lunge. Take a quarter turn to the right, prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. The weight shifts forward. Inhale to come up halfway. The crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale to fold. Take a quarter turn to the right, low lunge. Lift the right arm high, simple twist. And listen, horizon lunge, pinky side of left foot, right arm back, gaze back, sink into your hips. Come back to your simple twist as you inhale, ball mound of left foot, right arm high. Plant your right hand as you exhale, low lunge. Three-legged plank inhale. Downward facing dog whenever you feel ready. Three rounds of breath here in your downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze at your hands. Exhale, step or hop, top of the mat. Reverse swan dive as you inhale, press into the feet, raise the arms. And listen, hands to heart, exhale. Take a full breath. On your next inhale, find chair, bend your knees, sink into your hips, raise your arms. Soften your shoulders. Send your weight into your heels. You might even lift your toes. Inhale to prepare to fly. Exhale to lean and fly and find drinking bird. Lift your heels. Send your fingertips back behind you, reaching your shoulders back. Reach your nose toward your toes. We're still breathing here. We're not holding our breath. Maybe lift your hips, straighten your legs, extra challenge. On your next inhale, come back to your chair, lower your heels and your hips, raise your arms and your gaze. And then as you exhale, bring your right arm back and your left arm forward. As you inhale, come back to center, find your chair. As you exhale, hinge at your hips and fold. We'll find a halfway lift, inhale. And a forward fold, exhale. Send your left leg back, low lunge. Hinge at your hips, high lunge. Lean and fly as you exhale. Bring the torso parallel to the mat. Reach the fingertips back and the shoulders back. Reach the right hip back. Maybe lift the right toes, give them a little wiggle. Make sure you're not clenching the mat. Maybe lift the chest, the chin, and the gaze ever so slightly. Using your next inhale, carefully come up. Hinge at the hips, raise the arms. As you exhale, bring the right arm back, the right hip back. Let the right hand come to the back of the left thigh. Send the left arm up and back behind you, breathing into the left side body. And listen, a little funky transition. We're gonna find warrior two. So bring the left arm out in front of you, cartwheel it back behind you, bring the right arm out in front of you. Plant the left foot parallel to the mat. Widen the stance perhaps. Open up the right knee maybe, making sure you can see the big toe on the right foot. And then soften the shoulders. Find the breath. Reverse the warrior, inhale, left hand, left thigh. Right arm up and back. Keep the lunge in the right knee, maybe finding a sense of buoyancy. On your exhale, extended side angle, right arm long out in front of you, reach, reach, reach. Lower the right arm, raise the left arm. If you'd prefer, right elbow, right knee, left arm up and over. It's your choice. Actively press into that left pinky toe. On your next inhale, pyramid. Left fingertips bring you all the way up. Right hand reaches left. Right leg straightens and both feet point forward. Nice work. Exhale, heels in, toes out, bend knees, hands apart. We're here for 3 breaths. You might shift back and forth. You might bob up and down. You might hang out in stillness. You might close your eyes. On your next inhale, come back to that pyramid, straight legs, toes forward, straight arms, palms together. Then listen, as you exhale, toward the back of the mat, extended side angle, bend the left knee. As you inhale, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, warrior two. Bring the right arm underneath the left, eagle the arms. Cross at the elbows, palms come to touch. Bring the gaze past the left shoulder, find a sense of buoyancy in the left knee. Taking your time, bring the right leg, wrap it around the left. Full eagle at the back of your mat. Squeezing legs together, sink a little deeper, reach your right hip back. Squeezing arms together, lift the elbows in line with the shoulders. Send the hands forward. Where can you soften here? On your inhale, find chair, unwind arms, unwind legs, sink into hips. As you exhale, fold. Halfway lift, forward fold. Listen, left leg back, half pigeon. Right foot comes to left hand, right knee comes to right hand. Left leg nice and long back behind you. Use toes as leverage to find length. Gaze past left shoulder. Make sure the leg is straight. The foot is not supinating. Come back to center. Bring the hands at the sides. Inhale, lift the crown of the head. Find length. Exhale to hinge at the hips and fold. We're here for about 6 breaths. You can come onto hands or forearms or all the way onto forehead. Maybe it feels nice to close the eyes. Maybe it feels nice to give the forehead a massage. On your next inhale, carefully bring yourself upright, planting hands, straightening arms, lifting crown of head. And then bend the left knee. Bring the right arm long back behind you. And maybe grab the ankle. Pressing into left hand, breathing. Gracefully release that grip. Extend the leg long back behind you. And then have a seat on the right hip. And bring the left leg long out in front of you. Let the right foot come to the inside of the left leg. Square your body off with the left leg. Flex the left toes toward the face. Inhale to find length first. Exhale to hinge at the hip and fold. Take as much time here as you need to fold, using your breath to assist you. Reaching the left heel forward and the left hip back. If you have short legs or you're really flexible and you'd like to use a block, the bottom of the foot, that might help you. My legs are very short. This helps me. In your own time, use an inhale to curl the hands in toward the body. Bring yourself to an upright position. And then bending the left knee, plant the left foot outside of the right thigh, preparing for a twist. So take some time here to adjust what you need to. And then bring the right elbow outside the left knee and the left hand behind you. Finding length as you inhale. Deepening twist as you exhale, pulling lower belly back and up. Slowly bring yourself back to center. Bring your legs out in front of you. Your left ankle is crossed on top of your right. Lift the legs, lift the arms. So we're in boat pose with our ankles crossed. You're welcome to just stay here, flat spine as best you can. Lift chest, lift chin, lift gaze. Or if you'd like to take a twist, bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot, and then straightening the legs as best you can, bring the right arm back behind you, and the gaze to the right thumb. Pull the lower belly back and up. Breathe. On your next inhale, carefully back to center, arms high. Uncross the ankles, bring the hands underneath the knees, rock and roll along the length of the spine. Plant feet, plant hands, step or hop, high plank. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, gaze at the hands. Exhale, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands to heart. Big belly breath. Let something go. Chair. Drinking bird, lean and fly. 3 breaths here, lift the hips. Reach the fingertips up. Reach the nose toward the toes. Come back to your chair. Exhale your left arm back. Chair. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Right leg back. High crescent lunge. Lean and fly, torso parallel to mat. Fingertips back, shoulders back, left hip back. Lift the left toes if you'd like, lift the gaze if you'd like. Find the breath. Inhale to come back up, no rush. Exhale the left arm back. Left hand to the back of the right thigh, right arm up and back. As gracefully as you can, warrior two. Right arm out in front of you and then back behind you. Left arm out in front of you. Widen stance perhaps. Sink into left knee, open the left knee up. Reverse your warrior when you're ready. Gazing up with the left hand or back at the right foot. Extended side angle in your own time. Whichever version of extended side angle feels better for you in this moment. Right fingertips bring you up to your pyramid. Exhale, brings heels in, toes out, bend knees, and maybe you cactus your arms this time, goddess. If you prefer hands at heart, that's of course quite all right. Finding movement or stillness, keeping eyes open or closing them. Listen to your body. On your inhale, press into feet, straighten legs, toes forward, arms high, gaze high. As you exhale, extended side angle, bend the right knee. As you inhale, reverse your warrior. Right arm up and back. As you exhale, come back to your warrior two. Left arm underneath right, cross at the elbows, eagle the arms. Left leg wraps around right, eagle the legs. Eagle back at the front of the mat. Where can you soften? Where can you let go? Find your chair once more. And fold. Come up halfway. And fold. Send your right leg back. Take half pigeon, left foot, right wrist. Right leg long and straight back behind you. Crown of head high to prepare. Folding forward. Being mindful of how this side might feel different from the other. On your inhale, Press into the hands, straighten the arms, lift the crown of the head. Bend your right knee. Bring your left arm back behind you, gripping the ankle if you'd like. When you're ready, release the grip. Come on to the left hip. Bring the right leg long out in front of you. Left foot comes to the inside of the right leg. Square the body off with the right leg. Flex the toes. Inhale to find length. Exhale to fold. The right heel reaches forward. The right hip reaches back. Flexing toes toward face. When you're ready, an inhale crawls the hands in toward the body, brings you upright. Bend the right knee, plant the right foot outside of the left thigh. Preparing for your twist. When you're ready, start to twist to the right. Using your breath to assist you. To keep you where you are, or to deepen the twist. Carefully unwinding, finding yourself back at center. Bring the legs in front of you. This time, right ankle is on top of left. Lift the legs, raise the arms, boat pose with ankles crossed. Flat spine, chest high. If you'd like to find a twist on this side, right hand comes to inside of right foot. Kick legs into hand. Bring left arm back. Gaze back. Pull lower belly back and up. Slowly inhale to unwind, come back to center. Uncross the ankle, hands under knees. Rock and roll a couple of times. When you're ready, we'll meet in downward facing dog. So front of the mat, cross the ankles, plant the feet, plant the hands, step or hop, high plank to down dog. It's our last down dog together this morning. Find any movement that feels nice. Make any adjustments that you need. Take child's pose, widen your knees, bring your big toes to touch. Extend your arms out long in front of you, lightly rest your forehead on the mat. You might close your eyes, you might give your forehead a massage. Sinking your hips into your heels, you might send your breath to your lower back. Optional side body stretch, crawl the arms over to the right as far as you'd like. Left hand on top of right, lock the fingers. Cradle the face in between the arms. Tuck the chin under the right armpit. Sink into the left sit bone. Breathe into the left side body. Make your way over to the left, crawl the arms, pass through center. Once you've crawled as far as you're going to crawl, right hand on top of left. Cradle face, tuck chin. Press into right sit bone, breathe into right side body. Bring yourself back to center, child's pose, fingers spread wide. Press into fingertips, inhale, tabletop. Bring the legs together, bring the knees together. Have a seat on the heels. You're gonna take broken toe pose. Tuck all 10 toes, including the pinkies. You might need to assist. Stack shoulders over hips, lift crown of head, find flat spine. Hands on lap, perhaps. Eyes closed for a moment, maybe. Breathe into the bottoms of the feet. We won't be here for long. We'll find a counter stretch, and then we'll repeat that sequence twice more. Plant your hands in front of you, untuck your toes. Bring your hands back behind you, lift your knees an inch or 2 or 5 or 6. Close your eyes if you'd like. Breathe into the tops of the feet. Everything I say is a suggestion. You can always come back a step or 2. You can always skip a pose. I encourage you to stick with this. We're just going to do it twice more. Lower your knees. Bring your hands in front of you. Tuck your toes. Broken toe pose. Shoulders over hips. Crown of head high. Hands on lap. Breathe into the bottoms of the feet. Plant the hands in front of you, untuck the toes, bring the hands back behind you, lift the knees as much as you'd like, bending the elbows, lifting the chest, breathing into the tops of the feet. Just once more, and then we'll find the restorative part of our class, lying on our backs. Lower your knees, bring your hands in front of you, tuck your toes, broken toe pose. 3 big breaths. Softening the forehead, softening the cheeks, softening the chin. Plant your hands in front of you, untuck your toes, bring your hands back behind you, lift your knees, bend your elbows, lift your chest. 3 big breaths. Carefully lower your knees. Bring your hands in front of you. Suggestion to lightly tap the tops of the feet on the mat. Have a seat on the heels. Bring the legs out to one side. Plant the feet in front of you. Scooch up to the front of the mat so your feet are at the front. Your bum is in the middle. Lift your arms up, shoulder height, chest high. Press into the feet, big inhale. Slowly lower down, 1 vertebra at a time, using your core. Bring your knees into your chest, place your hands onto your knees, 3 big circles in one direction. Three big circles in the other direction. I'm going to bring us to a supported bridge and then Shavasana. If you'd prefer to end your class a different way, please feel free to do so. Find yourself at center, find stillness. Plant your feet hip width distance, bring your arms long at your sides. Make sure your fingertips can brush your heels. Scoot your feet toward your bum until they can. Inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, keep your glutes nice and soft. And grab your block or your cushion, place it underneath your lower back, your sacrum, flat spot on the lower back. And then maybe bring the arms high above the head and let them rest on the floor behind you. Maybe extend one leg long out in front of you and then the other breathing into the front of the hips. Suggestion to take legs up the wall by simply lifting one leg toward the sky and then the other. Letting the legs be as close together or far apart as feels good for you. Option to stay here and let this be your final resting pose. Reminder to check in, notice how you're feeling, and give yourself what you need. Your final resting pose can be anything that feels restful to you. Please stay in your final resting pose as long as you'd like. We can end our practice together from any position. We do not have to be in the same position. If you'd like to meet me in a seat, start to deepen your breath. Make any tiny micro movements that you might need to make. And slowly bring yourself to a seat, however makes sense to you. Place your hands wherever feel most comfortable to you. Take a moment to come back to that intention that you set for your practice or the rest of your day or the rest of the year. If you didn't set one at the beginning of class, maybe you'd like to set one now. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me and allowing me to share my practice with you. I hope you have a lovely day.